I see in them the desire, the drive to survive. No matter what comes their way, they are going to keep on going.
I remember she looked at me, and what struck me was not a look of pain. She didn't really seem to understand what life had dealt her or what pains might be in the future. She just seemed ready to accept whatever was going to happen. For a 4-year-old to be placed in that situation, to me, is devastating.
I looked into the eyes of that youngster, found out in a few moments he was 5 years of age. His mother died when he was 2. I could see behind his eyes that there was a lot of pain. And I don't think my heart could feel any heavier than it did in that moment.
To see the young boy taking on a leadership role as a mother and father, as a matter of fact, that moved me to tears. And I couldn't imagine a young boy like that taking on that responsibility. He was no longer a child, he was a man taking care of his family.
"42 million people suffering in the world, 21 million of those right here in southern Africa. 5,500 people dying of AIDS every day."
The more deaths we have, the more orphans we get. I just don't know what to do to stop this whole thing.
HIV/AIDS has decimated the adult population. We've seen hundreds of children that do not have parents in this area. They're losing their parents, they're losing support, they're losing all that they have.
You are struck by the poverty, you're struck by the circumstances that these orphan children have to live with day by day. Bare walls, bare floors.
The windows were broken out, but more than the environment there was the fact that there was no food in that kitchen. Nothing warm and inviting.
They don't have a family structure. No mommy to tell you what to do, no daddy to tell you to go to school, and they are running their homes. 8, 9, 10 years old.
To see children just left to fend for themselves. The oldest 13, taking care of his younger brothers. He's all they have.
It's incredible how responsible these young boys are, even than the second oldest, 11 years old, and the responsibility that he had to get the clothing ready for the next day, and took this white pair of pants and scrubbed and scrubbed until every spot was gone.
To see this child having to do everything that a grown-up should be doing, I wanted to know, where was his childhood?
Nhlengelo is a refuge for these children, really. They feel safe there, they feel welcome there, they feel loved.
I would take the picture, then I'd turn it around and let them see the image, and then they go, oh, 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 like this, you know. Then we have more kids come running in. It was great.
They're kids. This was the language that they would speak, and they definitely did, to the point of exhaustion, almost. I mean, they really wore me out, but it was a really good feeling, and it was a lot of fun interacting with them.
And the smiles on their faces and in their eyes told me that this was one of the happiest moments in their lives, when they could smile and laugh and feel happy.
They lined up, smallest first and oldest last. The oldest children always make sure that the younger ones are fed first to make sure they get a meal.
A smile of contentment in his eyes and his face, and he walked with his glass of juice and his plate, and he sat down with his brothers, and he chommed down.
I saw them when they got their plates, and I could see gratitude. Gratitude for a plate of food that would get them through the day.
Nhlengelo plays a very important role to assure those children that you still are going to survive. Stay as a family, try to live a normal life, though challenges are there.
They can get help with their homework after school. They know there's a place they can go when there's no place else. And that's hope that they don't have from any other source.
I see a freedom that they enjoy on that campus. What they go home to each day might be as uncertain as the day that they lost their mother and their father. They're prisoners outside of that campus. They're liberated on that campus.
They were children again. That is a gift we can't replace. Nhlengelo has made marvelous changes in their lives.
One of the privileges we had here in South Africa was to visit a public elementary school. As you looked across the faces, you could see orphans that I'd seen at Nhlengelo the day before. And it was interesting to see them interacting with the other students. The teachers brought them together in the courtyard of the school. 600 or 700 young primary school children, and they began to sing.
Come to Jesus, oh, he cares, lift Jesus higher, 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 Jesus higher,
They need a place that will provide shelter from the storms of their lives. They don't have to worry about not having mommy and daddy. They can come and be well cared for, loved, and provided for.
What would that feel like to live in a home like that? What would you dream about? What would be your plan? Right now, he's taking care of his little brothers by himself. But he's got a dream for his life.
Every child that I spoke to had a dream and a vision for the future. And realizing their circumstances, that really touched my heart. Because I know that it's possible, but I know that it's going to be very hard for them.
Day-to-day existence is very hard, and knowing that they are important, knowing that they are cared about and loved, that someone notices them in their hardships, I see Hope for Humanity meeting that need.
Jesus.